Wow. You were just hearing Gong Bath 2 hours relaxing sounds, music for meditation by Gong Meditation. I really feel like that has opened not only my chakras, but the chakras of this entire audience.
That's a chakra.
I really hope you look into your mind's eye and recognize that we are all God and the universe. I really feel so clean after my bathing of sound. I hope you all have enjoyed this gong bath. You're listening to Spirit.fm. Guys, I have a cousin.
Wow. What a way to start a story.
I have a cousin that's fucking insane.
Yes?
And she professionally gives gong baths.
I thought she
That's
was
what
a
she does.
mystic gong dancer.
She was doing gong dancing.
Now she's a
but
gong
I think the
bather?
gong dancing is part of the gong bath. I think the gong bathing is new because she had a baby, which is hilarious to follow because she's also like trying to raise this baby on like the most fucking hippy dippy vegan fucking bullshit.
This is my vegan baby.
And I feel like this baby is actually gonna fucking die because
It
she's
might
not
actually
fucking
die.
nourishing this baby properly, and it's very scary. And the baby is very small.
Time will
But
tell.
she posted images of, first of all, she apparently did not wash the baby for a week after it was
Oh my
born.
God.
Because the baby is supposed to absorb the nutrients from the fucking disgusting like vagina bile or whatever the fuck. The fucking womb bile.
You mean...
It's supposedly supposed, I can't remember what it was called,
Like
but
the-
it's supposed to like
the amniotic fluid?
Yes. Like, you're supposed to not bathe your baby for a weekend. But she was born in a hospital. So it's like the hospital obviously bathed the fucking baby.
The hospital wasn't going to let you
you're
take a
full of
fucking
shit.
dirty-ass baby home. You're insane.
But nonetheless hilarious. And then she posted images of her baby's first gong bath and everything. Now she's offering gong baths
I'm really
for like,
surprised
it's
the
like
baby
$100 an
tolerated
hour
that.
for the gong bath or whatever.
I'm surprised the baby tolerated a gong bath. That's
It's a
really
fucking
loud.
newborn infant. It didn't really have a choice. I'm
Yeah,
sure it
but,
didn't
like,
tolerate it very well.
Wouldn't it, like, scream and stuff?
It doesn't seem to be in the picture, but who knows how deep into the gong bath it was.
Once you're, like, 15
Let's
minutes
see if
deep
we
in a
can fucking
gong
pull
bath.
this sword. Let's see if
I
we can
feel
get the
like
sword
even
out.
an adult would start screaming.
I would start screaming within 1 minute of the gong bath.
Your
Shit,
cousin's
can
like,
we do it?
Victor,
Can we do
you
it?
gotta focus.
Can we do it? Can we do it?
Oh!
No, we died.
Oh! Go!
Wait, picture. Yeah, Ravio Link pulling that sword.
Yeah, boy!
Yeah, we did it. We got the fucking master sword.
Ravioli, give me the sordioli.
Give me the sword. That's a fucking iconic image right there.
Woo!
I want fan art of that shit.
Nice.
Amazing. He did it! Ravioli got the Master Sword!
There he is.
He finally did it!
Ah.
Ravioli, you're gonna be the greatest hero that Hyrule's ever seen!
This is Legend of Ravioli now,
Legend of
sorry.
Ravioli.
Link ain't shit, it's Ravioli.
What's your childhood history with, like...
With Ravioli?
What knowledge did you get growing up of other religions? Outside religions to Christianity? Because you grew up in a Christian school.
Yeah.
So, like, did you learn about Buddhism and Hindu and, like, all these other things?
I mean, in history class, we would learn about them in a very
Yeah.
passing way.
I mean,
but
that's
it was
kinda how you
like,
do it in public school.
wow, look at these dumb fucks that don't know the real religion. These
yeah.
guys suck ass.
Because I remember learning about Buddhism being like, this is it. This is obviously so much better than anything else I've heard. This is dope.
Yes. Buddhism is the
Fucking-
religion for people who are kind of lazy about religion.
Yes.
But that's why it's great.
It's about, like, because the underlying philosophy is that absolutely nothing matters, and you're just supposed to give up everything and live in peace. Like, that is the idea of the monk, is that you just realize that nothing matters, and you just sit around and are happy.
It's nihilism, the religion.
Yes, nihilism, the religion. Except it's like a really positive nihilism.
Yeah, it's
Or just
happy nihilism.
Yeah, happy nihilism.
Which is why Buddhism is the best religion.
Exactly.
Objectively.
Yes.
Like, literally.
Because they're the most non-confrontational.
Exactly. It's just like, you know what, dude? You do you. It's all good.
It's like, hey, buddy, nothing matters. Nothing matters.
If you want to fucking, if you want to worship your Nintendo Switch, I don't care.
That's the part that, like, all of the American spiritualists are missing from the Buddhism. Is the part about not giving a shit about anything. Like, they don't have the balls to do
They give too much of a shit
nothing.
about everything.
Yeah. They try way too fucking hard with their gong bats and their bullshit, and it's just like, dude, the whole point of the spiritual philosophy is to stop giving a shit about anything and just sit around. Like, that's literally the idea. Is just stop doing anything and sit around and live. And, like, I guess have a rice field, like I don't know where those guys get their food, but I guess like all they do is do chores to continue living and then sit around.
It's pretty good.
That's the ideal life for a human being. You do enough to get by to live, and then you do nothing, and you have no obligations and no stress. Amazing, fantastic. Wish my life could be that way.
It seems like a pretty good deal.
Yes. And then you have no awareness of anything else happening in the world, so you don't have to give a shit. Like, as soon as you're not aware of anything else that's happening in the world, you don't care about anything that's going on!
It's
Because you're not in constant competition with everything else in the world.
Exactly.
Got the fucking Master Sword,
Dick
bitch.
He is.
Bitch, I shouldn't let the cutscene play, because now we're gonna get fucking
Aw,
copyright.
fuck, god
But
damn it.
But it doesn't matter, we don't make any money off of this anyway.
That was our $2, Nintendo!
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Nice! We got the fucking Master Sword. It's perfect, because I wanted to go do one of my favorite areas of the game.
Oh, yeah?
Because there's this whole mountain area that's just, like, gameplay challenges. That's super awesome, so I was waiting for us to get, like, really badass so we could go and do it, and now we are incredibly badass. We have, like, all the coolest weapons and stuff.
Boy!
So let's fucking go through here and do this. It's, like, a really cool mountain area, and then, you come out to this stuff. And then you have the whole bottom shore that we haven't gone to, because it's just... Like, this whole shoreline is just little fucking challenges. It's dope. This is the dopest fucking spot in the game. Let's do it. Yeah!
Get him. Fucking...
It's the only shrines I didn't do on my own because I think they're worth, like, showing off to someone who hasn't played this before, Anywho. On that topic, I've been meaning to say on the show, I don't know if I've made it clear, but I am not a poor boy anymore. The era of poor boy has ended.
Now
I feel like last time I talked about finance, I was still pretty poor.
Stable boy?
Yeah.
Financially stable boy?
I'm thinking back to, like, before I had this audio recorder, when I was, like, asking the internet for an audio recorder, and that guy gave me $50 and I bought Neo with it, because I realized that I already had this audio recorder. And then I was like, man, I was really fucking broke at that time. I am not a poor boy. It's part of why I haven't done any poor boy eats, because, like, I'm not broke anymore. I'm not rich.
Right.
But I'm making a normal wage that is livable.
Wage.
I've been buying a lot of equipment
Yes.
and not putting myself at risk by doing that. But doing okay. I want to give everyone an update on not being poor.
Financial update.
So I'm not the poor boy anymore. I have transcended into a normal class of millennial wage making. Doing pretty good.
Doing okay.
Not quite at the absolute bottom of the totem pole anymore. So yeah, we're gonna go through that fucking crevice and we're gonna end up at that shrine over there.
A crevasse.
Crevasse. And it's gonna be a fucking mystical journey of fucking up a lot of dudes. Might actually be less fun because we're real strong, because we can fight everything. Before I had to go through this and kind of, like, really struggle my way through it.
Very clean.
That's gonna be cool. Anyways, we got topics. What are you thinking about? What are you on about? How are you doing? You're about to go back to school.
I'm about to go back to school, and I'm not excited.
Yeah. It's a very not exciting time.
Because it means I get to go back to fucking hauling ass 6 days a week, which I don't love.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Are you gonna have Sundays off?
Well, off, but I'm sure I'll end up doing schoolwork on Sunday.
Yeah.
So.
True.
Technically 7 days a week I'll be busy, so
it's okay.
that's great.
It's just one more year, and then we're fucking coasting. We're living in Costa Rica.
God, I fucking hope so.
We're gonna move to Costa Rica.
I don't know what I'm doing with my life, guys.
Yeah, you do. You don't know what you're doing, but then you do know what you're doing more than your average person. You're in school. You're not neat.
No, I don't mean I'm
You're not working at McDonald's going nowhere. You gotta spin it to a positive. You just gotta get through school. You're doing fine. You're doing great. Then we're gonna figure out what we do from there.
A job.
Yes, you'll have a full-time job again. It'll be okay. You're gonna be okay.
Nothing like working to live.
Yeah, you work to live and you live to work.
Woo.
That's the facts. That's the way it be.
Got him.
That reminds me of something I was thinking about, because I was listening to fucking Candace and Casey Neistat's podcast, which is extremely interesting to anyone who hasn't checked that out. I recommend it to everyone for a look at how not to do relationships.
How not to be a human.
And, like, in a perspective on how normies treat each other. And, like, people who don't understand emotional empathy. It is very interesting, because Casey Neistat, to me, is a monster. To most people, he is a normal guy. To me, he is basically a monster, because he is completely not how I think about people in the world at all.
Right.
And he, like, really doesn't understand empathy in an interesting way. I mean, he does. He's not that much of a monster. It's kind of
He's not a sociopath,
because, like,
is what you're saying.
You put him next to Candace, and it's like, there's a lot of nuance to it.
Yeah.
Because she is definitely a fucking mess.
Right.
It's like, you can't be too mad at him,
And
because you know she's impossible to deal with.
Yeah, it can be hard to deal with people who are emotional messes.
Yeah, she's definitely a fucking wreck. But, like, it's very interesting, and she's gone on about something that she used to feel but has gotten over, which is her, like, extreme envy of Casey Neistat's success. Because she's always been, like, running her own business and stuff.
Right.
And she's been, like, compared to a normal person, extremely
very
successful at that.
She's like a model, right?
She's not a model. She owns a business, like a clothing line.
Why did I think she was a model?
I think she's done modeling for that. I probably told you she was a model, but I think she's, like, modeling is not the focus.
It's not the primary,
like,
yeah.
Like, she is a business owner. She has, like, a clothing line and stuff like that. I can't remember what it's called, and I think she might have multiple businesses. But, like, she's successful in her own right. Like, more than your average person.
Right.
Makes a good living for herself. Is doing pretty well. But compared to Casey Neistat's success, like, it seems like nothing. Even though she was successful before him.
Right.
Like, before Casey started his vlog, they were living in, like, a shit-ass apartment that they couldn't fit them and their fucking newborn in and stuff. And, like, were basically living miserable and had all these problems because Casey was fucking broke as shit. And, like, their life was fucking chaos.
Right.
So it's like, it's very recent that they had money, and it's very recent that they were okay. But through Casey Neistat's vlogs, it seems like he's always had a lot of money, you know?
Right.
Because he's always
he's
the
portrayed
kind of person
an image.
his image is that he's always doing well, even though he's not always doing well, and it's super recent. But for him becoming successful out of nowhere, it was really, like, a struggle for her, because to her it's like, oh, you just started making vlogs, and then, like, and now all of a sudden you're the shit, and you're a fucking millionaire, and fucking everyone loves you, and it just seems like he did nothing,
right.
You know?
It seems like there was less effort put in than what she exerted.
And than what she's doing, where she's struggled with this business for a really long time and built it from the ground up and, like, made a name for herself really slowly, and he just, like, magically became famous out of nowhere.
Shot up.
And I thought that was really interesting. And I started thinking about you and the fact that, like, I wonder how much, because you seem envious sometime of the YouTuber's life, you know? Because I know that you would like to be doing videos and stuff like that. It just made me start to think of that, and I hope you don't have any poor feelings about life choice and the fact that you're doing a normal job as opposed to a fun gamer job, you know? Well, you know where I'm going with that. I'm not explaining it very well.
No, I understand what you're saying.
But it's that look that, like, people like Casey Neistat and YouTubers have this extremely easy life and are doing something that's really fun. and when you have a normal job, it's hard to be like
I think
satisfied
it's
in that because you're always looking at what other people are doing and wishing you did that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I mean, also, you know, a lot of people don't have perspective that, like, being a YouTuber as a career is a grind just like a normal job would be. It's not always, like, super fun. Like, you know, making a video every day isn't always easy. I do completely understand that.
Yeah.
Because, like, you see people like PewDiePie and you're like, yeah, they have to make a video every day, but you can tell they don't always, like, have ideas or, you know, want to do that.
And then it's an extreme minority of people who do
right.
that, and, like, it's so...
extremely
it's completely impractical to want to do that, and
it's
doesn't
a total
really make any sense.
total taking a chance.
Yeah, you just look at an incredible minority of people and say, like, oh, I want to do what they're doing, because they look like they're having a lot of fun.
And I think, you know, it's obviously not productive to, like, aim those feelings of jealousy at a person. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, there is nothing helpful about being jealous of you and your career or something like that, because it's just not a good use of your emotional energy. Yeah. It's better to be supportive because we're a team, and it's not like we're competing against each other.
I hope that you don't feel jealous of my path at all, because I have so much spare time and it probably looks easy. And
no, I know that it's not easy and that you have a very specialized set of skills that took a long time to build up and obtain. It's not like...
And I always feel guilty because I feel like what I do is comparatively easy to working a full-time job, you know, and I feel lazy a lot of the time being at home or I'm in between jobs, even though I'm stressed out the whole time.
Even though you're always worried.
I feel like I'm an asshole. That I'm not working hard enough. I don't know.
No, I think... I mean... I'm trying to think of a way to say the thing, like, because
I brought up a complicated topic out of nowhere based on that.
No,
but I know that your feelings are not negative, you know.
Right. I think it's just like you said, it's complicated because you and I grew up different ways. Yeah. Where you know, your parents were more encouraging of creative processes, and my parents were always more creative of being practical and finding a job that was practical. And of course, when I was younger, I thought that veterinary medicine would be the thing that I wanted to do anyway, so it always lined up and it always worked out. In my head, it always worked out really well. Yeah. And I mean, that was, of course, really idealistic because, you know, becoming an adult and actually living my life and actually doing the career that I thought that I wanted as a kid taught me that that's not actually what I wanted. Yeah. And so, I mean, it's just hard because you feel like you don't have as much of a direction in life, you know? Because, like, what I'm going to school for now is not, like, what I feel is my calling. Yeah. So it just kind of feels like I'm finding a thing to do to pay the bills, because it will be better money. Yeah. But it's not, like, super fulfilling, you know? Yeah. And it does, sometimes it's hard not to look at it and see, like, a year from now, I'm going to be trapped 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, doing something that is just kind of whatever to me, you know? It would be, I don't know, it's there's no easy way out of it, you know? Yeah. It's like, well, I've already put in this much money and this much time, so it would be pointless to bail out of it now. Because I still have to make money. And I don't want to keep doing what I'm doing now, which is, you know, working as an LVT and making, you know, not a great livable wage. Like, livable, but not as comfortable as I want to be. Yeah. So, in a sense, you know, what I'm going to do fixes that in the sense that I'll have more money, but it doesn't fix it in the emotional sense. But I don't know what will fix it in the emotional sense. Yeah. So I'm kind of just stuck there right now.
Well, I think on an optimistic side, like, I think you're going to find value once you get in your job, and that's not a stress anymore. I think you're going to find what you need to do. Because, like, the vast majority of people aren't working a job that's in the arts, that, like, and even people, me and everyone else doing the arts aren't you don't ever, like, me at the point I'm at, I am doing the dream job. I am making a living doing the art, and it still doesn't quite get me to that point of, like, I don't know what point at doing the art I'm gonna find that satisfaction, you know? Like, even what I do, I'm not satisfied most of the time. I hate what I'm doing, or I'm doing something stupid, like going to get B-roll in North Carolina of fucking a property, and it's like, that stuff sucks, and, like, there's always gonna be shitty stuff to do. And then, like,
definitely.
I think if you take a look at Conrad, where he's getting to this point now where he's been doing, you know, the passionate career for a while, and he's started to realize, like, what he cares about isn't anime analysis. Like, that's what he thought he cared about. He thought he had this grand vision for anime analysis, and that was what's going to fulfill him, is people understanding him and all this stuff. But now he's realizing that what is fulfilling for him is being with May and having a family, and, like, he wants to start a family and wants to make money and get his fulfillment outside of his job, which I think is what most people in life do, is that they find fulfillment outside of work. Work is not the end. So it's like, I think once you get into your job, you're going to find that fulfillment in hobbies and hanging out with me and traveling and stuff, and that's where you get, like, fulfillment doesn't have to come through work. Work is just a means to live so that you can do the things that you actually care about. And it'll be a lot easier to have a practical job that's stable with hours and vacations and all that stuff. And then you don't have to focus so much on, like, this is what I'm trapped doing. It's what can I do on my days off where I get fulfillment out of life. Like my dad, you know, he got his fulfillment through, you know, it didn't matter that he was working a shit job because he enjoyed taking care of his family, and he found his fulfillment in that, and he ran on the weekends, and, like, he was fine with that until now he doesn't have to take care of a family anymore.
Right.
And he's finding his new direction. But it's like, if you focus too much on, like, what's gonna satisfy me in life, then you're never really gonna find it, because, like, we're already living life, we're already having fun, and we're already basically satisfied. It's just different, like, levels and classes of where we are, you know?
It's the Maslow's hierarchy of needs kind of thing.
And it's just like, right now, the direction is not clear, so you get stressed out about it, but, like, it'll become clear over time.
Yeah.
And you just shouldn't worry about it too much.
Yeah, but I mean, you know me, and you know how hard it is for me to not focus on something like that.
How hard it is for me to not be fucking stressed out at all times over where my career is going, even though it's been going the right direction for a long time. It's just like, every day that I sit around, it's like, oh god, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Where is this going? Am I doing the right thing? I don't know. Even though, like, I get better and better and better and put out stuff that's really, really good. But it's constantly stressful, and the better I get, the less satisfied I am with each milestone.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And I mean, it's not to say that I'm not happy, you know, because I think you know that, like, when we're hanging out, it's always like, I'm always very content when we're hanging out. It's more of the internal thing, you know, where it's just like, I don't really know what my talent is or what I'm good at. I'm like okay at a lot of things, but, like, not really great at any one particular thing.
I think that's one of the things. Like, you don't have to be good at anything, you know? You don't have to be talented. And not that you aren't, you know? That's not what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to be the best at whatever job. It's just, like, there's no competition. No one's looking at you for that, you know? If that makes sense. If I'm making sense. Kind of like, I'm never gonna be the best cinematographer. Like, I'm not even really great at it. Hard to explain. I'm rambling.
No, but I mean, again, it's all an internalized thing.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with, you know, other people and how they, you know, what they expect from me. It's all very much what I expect from myself.
Yeah. Just,
because, you know, I was raised in a family who constantly praised me for, you know, being really good at things and being really smart.
Same for me and Conrad, you know, we're praised all the time for being dope, and then at a certain point,
and then you get older and you're just like, I'm not really great
like,
at
I'm
anything.
just average, and I've always been average. Like, I really sucked my whole fucking childhood. I wasn't good at anything, and I didn't practice any skills. You know, I've never been good at video games. I've played those my whole life. I'm a fucking perfect B at everything I do, even my career. And then it's like I look at all the other people who make more progress and are better, and just, you know, at some point you just gotta stop comparing yourself to people. Find your own fulfillment. Not quite there yet.
It's just very challenging when you know you have it instilled in you to always, you know, oh, you got to be real good at the thing, and then you're like, oh, I'm really not.
But then, like,
I'm
there's
very
nothing
mediocre at the thing
that would ever really prove to you anyways that you are good at the thing. Like, for me, it's like I can win a film contest and get a bunch of awards, but I still go, that doesn't mean I'm good, you know? That doesn't mean anything. I can't prove to myself that I'm good. Like, it's never going to end. There's never going to be a point where I'm like, wow, I did a great job, and I'm done, and I'm satisfied, and I'm the best. Like, it never happens. Even if you win all the way up and you won an Oscar, like, it's not going to prove anything, you know?
Yeah. This is true.
It's like, if you keep going at life, going like, oh, I'm gonna get to this point, I'm gonna do this thing, and I'm gonna be satisfied, like, it's never gonna happen. You're just gonna be dissatisfied forever, which is what happens to a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
They just never get it. It never clicks. But it's okay, because we're young and we're experiencing the emotions that we're supposed to experience when we're young, and then when we get older, we will experience the emotions that we're supposed to experience when we get older, and everything we're doing is perfectly normal and fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure all of this is very, very normal, you know?
And temporary,
it's all
you
just
know, we're gonna
what you have to
out.
go through to get to the place.
Yeah. That's my best advice for anyone at any point in your life. I wish I could fucking tell that to me when I was fucking 15. Is that just like, whatever you're thinking right now, it's just, like, all the emotions you're feeling, that's what you're supposed to feel. You're 15, you are supposed to feel the way you do, and eventually you'll figure it out. Like, don't spend all your time trying to fix it. Just, like, live life and let things happen, and you will come to the conclusions when you're ready.
Yeah.
Like, of what you need to be doing. The more you try to force it, the worse it's gonna become.
The more you try not to feel it, the worse it's gonna get.
All you can do is...
you just have to exist in it for a little bit.
It's like my philosophy of doing the 48-hour film project. Is that, like, there's something, like a general direction that you figured out, and you just move into that direction until it works.
Yeah.
Because you can spend your entire life trying to find what direction you're supposed to go in, but you'll never get anywhere unless you just start walking that way, you know? Like, you just gotta start somewhere, and then figure it out as you go. Like me when I went to college, where I was like, I want to do film, and ODU is close, and I'm gonna go there and figure it out, and then I went, and then it just kind of happened, and then I ended up here, and then it's like, well, I'm just gonna, like, I'm gonna keep trying to move in the general direction of what I kind of sort of want, and then eventually I'm gonna get somewhere, you know? It's not gonna be where you thought you were, but it's gonna be somewhere.
Yeah, you never end up where you think you're actually going to be.
That's a lesson I learned from my entire life of fucking moving around everywhere and never knowing what the fuck was gonna happen. Oh wait, this is a cool spot. You see, you get this lightning thing. Mm-hmm. And then there's swords all in the ground.
Oh, and then
and
you
so
can
this
shoot
guy walks over to the swords.
Lightning into
and then
it.
you shoot lightning at the sword.
Oh.
Shoot lightning at the fucking sword. God damn it!
Well,
it's not. I did this before, and it was
shoot
awesome.
Lightning at the sword.
And I kept electrocuting it because I'd shoot lightning at the swords, and it would conduct and fuck them up, and it's not happening. It's not happening at all.
Dear God, yeah.
What do you fucking know?
Really not panning out at all.
This is like the hardest dude because he's a black one, and black guys are real hard.
Womp, womp.
In
but,
the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't... even if sometimes I feel that way a little bit, I don't want it to discourage you.
I know.
It's just, it's just one of those things that, like, even though rationally you know that it's not what you really want, it's just one of those things where sometimes you can see it and be envious because you know that you can't do that.
Exactly.
But eventually, your brain goes, yeah, but whatever, and you just work through it.
Ugh. You just gotta remind yourself that if you had done the other option, you'd be feeling the same thing.
Right.
You know, like if you had become
It's
an artist,
like,
you'd be looking and going, yeah, the grass
what you were telling me about with Munchie.
Yeah. What was I saying with Munchie?
You were saying about how he kind of regrets certain things that he said online, and now he's trying to pursue like a normal man's job so that he can have the steady income while he does his art.
Yeah, it's
like the younger generation is going in the opposite direction of what
because
our generation
we grew up thinking that you'll find fulfillment in life by being an artist, and like that's how I grew up. Because my parents had to, do jobs that they didn't enjoy and didn't find fulfillment in. So, like, my dad encouraged us to be artists and stuff because he never got to be an artist. He didn't get to go. He didn't have the childhood or the parental guidance to be able to do those kinds of things. So he encouraged us to go and be artists if that's what you want to do. And like, I feel like our generation has had a lot of that. Like, people from the other side making movies and stuff, like the general consensus is that you're not going to find fulfillment doing a boring job, and you need to do the job you're passionate about because life's all about the passion of your work and everything. But it's like that's really just a cultural idea that we've kind of grown up with having, and so people go into work. Like, the reason I never wanted to do a normal job in high school and stuff was because I thought I was going to be miserable. Like, it's been built up like, oh, you're going to be miserable if you have to do this normal job. But it's really like the previous generation found fulfillment in that, because they were just happy to have a house and be living, and like there wasn't this big expectation that like you're gonna find fulfillment in your work, like you find fulfillment in life by living it and enjoying yourself, and it's not, your job doesn't have to be what defines you in your life.
Yeah. It's
just a means to an end of living. And so I think the next generation is going to understand that more, because now everyone became artists and they're going like, God, I wish I hadn't done this. I have no money. Yeah. I'd be so much happier if I had all this money and I could travel and do whatever I want and have all the video games I want. And like, you look at the people who became engineers and like they do whatever the fuck they want.
Exactly.
They don't gotta worry about anything. They can just buy pop figures all day and fucking sit on their ass and have kids and shit and like whatever. They do whatever the fuck they want. And they find their own fulfillment in going to conventions and hanging out with friends and playing Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. That's what Shane, does. Like, he seems to get enough out of playing video games and hanging out with friends. It's like, that's not an option for me. I'm constantly stressed out about work. I can't even think about friends, In my job, like, the level of stress I'm at now is only going to get worse. Like, I'm only going to be more busy. I'm only going to see you progressively less over time until it gets to the point where, like, where I've made it, and then it's like I work for a month and then I have a month off, Like, eventually that's the point you get to in film, but like it's gonna get to a point like late 20s, early 30s where I'm just fucking busy constantly and probably totally resenting what I'm doing and not getting that creative satisfaction out of it. And same, like, I've listened to podcasts of people who've made it as directors and cinematographers, and they have that same feeling of, like, they're never really satisfied. Like, you're never done,
Yeah.
You finish a project and you go on to the next project, and your art is never over. Like, growing up, you think, I'm going to make my masterpiece, and then I'm going to, like, you don't know what you're going to do next, Yeah. You think Quentin Tarantino only makes a movie every 4 years, and it's just like, oh, he just does it when he's inspired, and then he stops because he's rich. And it's like, that's not how it works.
That's not how 99% of people
if you're an artist, you just keep creating art, and you're never really satisfied because there's no reward at the end, You don't get the Oscar, and then it's like, wow, take a deep breath. Oh, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to go paint or something and just live my life as a fucking person at peace.
Yeah.
You don't really come to that conclusion. A lot of people work till they fucking die. And it's like, you're going to do that, and no matter what you're doing, it's going to be the same fucking way. So you just...
You may as well find something that enables you to,
to live
be
your
comfortable.
Life and have fun. We'll find a groove that works for us.
Yeah.
And it'll be okay.
Yeah, because I think,
we'll be Derek Borton. We'll fuck off to Japan whenever we want.
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
The longer we've been together, the more, like, the long-term goals have kind of become clear that, like, I want to be able to, be with you wherever you need to go. Yeah. And I want to be able to travel with you and get tattoos. And that's really what I want.
Tattoos. And that's, like, basically what you enjoy in life.
I want to be able, if we want to go to a fucking Otakon with our friends, I want to be able to do that, just stuff like that.
And then I'm sure eventually you'll find a hobby that satisfies you. In the meantime, because even fucking I do film, and that's like a hobby and a career, and it's like I feel like I need a hobby that satisfies me, because I'm like
even though your career is a creative career.
I just don't get that like satisfaction out of doing film where like as soon as I'm done, I just want to do another thing, and I hate my life, and there's no like, wow, look at that, I did it. Even like doing a painting, I feel more creative satisfaction, because it's like I do it and then I look at it, I'm like, this is great, and I give it to someone and they enjoy it, and it's like a personal thing.
Yeah.
A film, it's like you put it out into the ether and people give you their opinions and you don't really trust them or care.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, I could have done better, you know. With the painting, it's like I did the best I could because I don't know what I'm doing. My expectations for myself are very low. So I'm always blown away by whatever I've created. Fuck that sword. I want this one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was a neat trial. You had to kill 3 big old ogres.
Yeah.
And then fucking got the stuff.
Got him.
It was pretty cool on another playthrough I did where I actually got the lightning swords to work. And, like, I was really weak, so it took me forever to kill that last guy. Because I would get killed in one hit. And, like, I didn't have weapons strong enough to beat him, so I had to get really fucking creative. And I would, like, run away, come back with the lightning rod, get him a bunch, run away, come back. But still a good challenge. We've been getting deep about life.
Yeah.
Just been trying to get there, because I've had the topic idea of my creative dissatisfaction for a while, but I didn't really know how to get into it. Because it's frustrating. Because, like, in the last month, I've probably made, like, fucking 7 videos that are all the best thing I've ever done. Like, everything is amazing. Everything I've done this year has been so much better than anything I've ever done.
It's been a pretty good year for you.
But I'm, like, just that inch away from, like, what I consider to be amazing, you know? There's the stuff I look at where I see it and I go, like, that's fucking amazing, and I'm not at that point yet. I still feel like everything I do is low effort, because it is. Because everything is poorly planned, and you know, executed fast, and like not like artisan master level of work, you know. It's always like, what could we do in a day with no resources that comes out really well, you know, with my Frankenstein camera of like acceptable quality. And it's like I still need to make the leap to the level of like real professional. I'm at starter professional right now, and I'm doing pretty good, and I enjoy the work I do. I think it's all unique and creative and interesting, but it doesn't have that layer of like impressive yet, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And I gotta get there.
The time.
But I also want to recognize, I'm trying to recognize the fact that when I get to that level, I will also not be satisfied. Like, I'm gonna get there. Gonna get there in the next year or two. And then I'm gonna go, it's not good enough. Look at that over there. I want to do that. I want to get better.
Exactly.
It's like, have I made a music video yet that you would see on MTV in the 90s? No, not really. You know, not with that level of polish and, like, songs that are really good, you know, working with artists that I really give a shit about.
Yeah.
Just not quite there yet. I'm far past a beginner. I'm not quite there yet.
Wow. They were really mean to that bull.
But at least I'm making enough money.
Yeah.
Enough, you know.
Enough.
Not a fantastic amount, but enough. An average person's wage-ish. Maybe.
The wage of
We'll see. We'll see at the end of the year how much it was. There's been great months and mediocre months. Ugh. Who knows how the rest of the year is gonna go. Fuck my ass, bitch!
Got him.
I'm out of fucking weapon space. I can't grab his weapon. I'm just gonna electrocute him to death.
There you
go. Master Sword. Why is the Master Sword like way over here? I need to put it at the front of the inventory. Fuck my ass.
That was quite the existential rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That we went down.
Trying to give people the good shit, the good content they came to see.
This is what all 50 of you came here to see.
This is it's a combination of rants about movies and anime and also deep life stuff.
So existential bullshit.
I gotta give the people what they want, that emotional investment to keep them coming. I'm proud of our buddy Zoinko. He's been a long time boy. He's the film boy who follows this show.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
If I saw his avatar, I bet I would.
Yeah, he's a guy. He's a big Asian dude, and he likes Gundam.
And he likes Gundam.
And like, I give him advice on film stuff before.
Oh
and
yeah,
then, like,
I think I remember that.
He's posting on fucking Instagram, like all these fucking headshots he's doing for people and stuff, and they look really good. And I'm like, dude, you're fucking doing it, man. You're fucking doing it. You started. I was like, dude, you need to post more like BTS stuff on Instagram. You need like make people aware of what you're doing. And he's doing it. And I see him doing more stuff, and I'm like, you fucking go, buddy. You're doing it. You're already there. You just gotta keep going. Keep doing what you're fucking doing. You're a champion.
Oh, poor horse.
Ugh. I don't have the balls to do headshots with people. I don't have the confidence to do headshots for people, even though I'd be good at it. I also don't have a photo camera. That's one of the things.
Yeah.
I'm too antisocial to do headshots for people. But he's doing it. I'm proud. I'm proud of my whole audience. I hope they're doing okay.
We're proud of every single one of you, no matter what you're doing.
Share with us your stories of how you've gotten to a point in life where you realize that what you wanted is not what you wanted, and now you need to find the next thing. Fuck you, bull!
Aww.
Oh, this is a cool spot. Let's scope it out.
There's a skull boy.
There's 4 archers, and inside there's strong guys.
Uh-oh.
We gotta fucking take out all the archers. We're out of arrows.
That's good.
See, those are the neat spots in the game where you get like unique little challenges, because it's like, all right, so this time I came here and I'm out of arrows. I have all the coolest weapons in the world, but I have no arrows at all. So I'm gonna figure out how to get through this. Killing all the archers without any arrows. So I might want to put on some fucking stealthy shit. How deep in are we?
42
okay.
minutes.
Next time on Digibros, we're going to get to that shrine on the hill, brother. Hopefully we're recording.
It'd be
no,
really...
we're doing it. We're doing it. We're still recording, I hope.
Yes. Positive, power of positive thinking.
Motherfucker. Do the fucking input. Why is the computer not coming up? Oh, thank God we're recording. Thank fucking God. All right. Next time on Digibros.
Fear.